Well, good morning, friends. We are out in the garden, and I thought this morning we would talk a little bit about strawberries. Our strawberries are coming on pretty good, and you know what that means. The birds are going to be looking for some strawberries. So these really should have been thinned out last year. And I was going to do it this spring, but a mama bunny had her babies in here. And while ordinarily I would have put the nix on that, we let them go this year. We've got so many hawks and coyotes and predators around here that we just let them go. But strawberries are a staple around here. All the kids and all the grandkids love them. But see what happens when you let them get too thick? They're just not getting the amount of sun that they need to get. Look how, this is craziness. It's a wilderness in there. So ordinarily, when you thin your strawberries, you really wait till after they're done fruiting. You can either do it early in the spring or late in the season. And when a strawberry is putting on new shoots, this is what happens. It'll send a shoot out to this little guy here, and he will actually root in the ground beside it. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you what we do. This guy, let's pretend like he already has his roots. So we're going to cut him here. And I usually try to get it a little closer to the leaf. And then I can take this, remember, we're pretending like it has its roots already. And I can plant it somewhere else, start seeds somewhere else, or just flat out make it be gone. And there you go. You can see he's already starting. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. He's already starting to get his roots. So now what are we going to do to keep the birds from eating all these strawberries before the grandkids get here? Well, I have, because we also have the quilt shop, I ordered another bolt of tulle. And tulle is that meshy fabric that dressmakers use. And this is a really inexpensive fabric. It's not going to inhibit the sun. It's not going to inhibit rain, because we're supposed to get some here in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch this over the top of my strawberries. We've tried the whole painted rocks thing, and it's like that just attracts more birds. We've used that black plastic netting in the past with great success. We had put basically on the four corners, we put fence posts, wrapped it around the side, and then just draped it over the top, and that kept everybody out. But as you can see, as far as the eyes can see, we've got strawberries. And I'm going to surprise Hubs with a little strawberry shortcake for dinner. But for right now, I am going to stretch this tulle over the top. So if you hang on for just a second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, friends, so there you go. I just put rocks around the edges, and that'll hold it down. You could put clips down the middle, or you could buy the fancy row covers and use those, but I'm pretty frugal. This was left over from a tea party that I did for my granddaughter and my great niece last year. We took one of those easy up pop-up tents that doesn't have the sides on it, and I draped tulle from it, and we had this big tea party out in the back field, and it was great fun. But this was left over, so you could have fun with it and also use a colored tulle. But this is a pretty inexpensive solution to our problem for now. And do I wish I would have gotten these thinned out? Yep. But you got to pick your battles. Having a garden is a lot of work. Having a garden, you can't always get done everything you want to get done, as is evidenced by my hot mess of a garden right now. But that's okay. Like I said, you got to pick your battles. And, if nothing else, it's all about enjoying the process. And for me, that's the whole thing. That, and I want to know where my food comes from. I want my family to know where their food comes from. I want my grandkids to understand where their food comes from. That it doesn't just come from a grocery store shelf, and that you don't have to accept what it is that they're giving you. So here we are in the high tunnel, And I'm getting this bed ready. Look at the beets. They are just going crazy. And then we have over here, it's kind of cute. We have a lone cauliflower that just decided, I planted him. Oops, look. I've also heard people telling war stories about how they couldn't get their ground cherries to come up. Well, let me tell you, after you have them once, you'll never have that problem again, because they come up everywhere if you don't get them all cleaned up. But anyway, our one lone cauliflower, we're just going to let him go. He's probably going to bolt on us, but we'll see. And then the last pea. And look, more tomatillas and ground cherries. Those suckers will take over. So hopefully you got a little something out of this. If you need strawberry plants, call me, because I will definitely have a lot. I'll show you. It's really cute. Macedonian neighbor brings his pepper starts over here. These are from the old country. These are called Macedonian peppers. And you see how thickly he plants them. And he's fine with that. I'm not, but that's... different gardeners do different things, different ways. And I'm going to guess that he's going to come over this weekend and probably grab them and want to get those in the ground. That's just some of them. The big thing that he plants every year are these peppers and then his tomatoes. So here's more peppers that he's got started. And bless his heart, I think he drops every seed he owns right into those little pots. And then here's my watermelons. My leeks are pretty close, so probably get those in the ground on Saturday if the weather allows. And then my crazy lettuce. And this is our spinach that we are letting go to seed. I actually need to pull some of it out. We don't need this much seed, but it makes such beautiful flowers that I just let it go. Same thing with our Merlot lettuce. Now we will still eat. I know a lot of people think it's bitter. We'll still eat these smaller leaves. But we're going to let this go to seed and then pull it all up. And then the chamomile. Good heavens. I don't know what I'm going to do with this much chamomile. I'm going to dry a lot of it out. We'll make a chamomile salve. We'll make some tea. But it is now almost the entire 8-foot bed. And then we got a lone sunflower that's coming up that we are going to have to pull. And then the celery. Now we've been pulling off of this celery to a fault. I made some 7-layer salad. I've made some other things with it, some potato salad, and it just loves being trimmed. Same thing with our wild and crazy oregano. Are you ready for this? I've already dehydrated 2 dehydrator loads of this stuff, and you can't even tell where I did the clippings. So friends, for today, be blessed, be a blessing. Remember what this holiday weekend is about. Usually we do a Memorial Day sale, but this year we feel convicted not to do that. We'll do one afterwards, just so that we remember that this Memorial Day is about those who passed, trying to protect our rights that we have under the Constitution, and those families that sacrificed, as well as those soldiers who sacrificed. We just need to take a minute and remember them. Memorial Day is not about sales, and it's not about picnics and parades. It's about remembering those who lost their lives so that we might enjoy a better one. Again, be blessed and be a blessing.